I don't really have anything more to say about this game than I already did. It's Undertale. All of it and more has been said over the past decade to the point that what can I possibly say about it at all? I mean, I could talk about how it's probably the biggest indie success story of all time, how it's such an important and influential title that completely changed the culture, that changed gaming, that changed and saved so many lives. I could talk about how it's one of the most finely crafted and carefully, artisanally designed games ever in terms of its story, its soundtrack, its immersion, its meta-narrative, its characters, its style and tone, its pacing, the way it turns its message and key idea on its head throughout this grand journey. Pretty much everything but its code itself, but unless you're actively code mining the game, that literally could not matter any less. It's one of the few games I feel comfortable saying is an absolutely perfect showcase of the art form of gaming, but with no real flaws hindering it at all. But for so many, and even myself at one point, it's a game that's inherently really hard to separate from the culture around it. I mean, it really seems like you can't talk about Undertale without talking about how it impacted people, or without bringing up its fan base, or how it changed the internet, and vice versa in a way. And you know what? Maybe that's okay. Maybe that's just a part of this game's legacy 10 years later. Maybe that's just what it's become, what it is. I don't know, but none of that truly matters, because judging this game purely at face value, it truly is one of the greatest games of all time, regardless of all that, regardless of what it's done, because all that matters is what it is. There are several games on this list, even indies, especially indies, and I'm more than willing to just admit that, yeah, this is just my bias speaking. This might not be the best game the year had to offer, but it's my personal favorite, and I can sincerely say that this is not the case for Undertale. I do deeply believe that this game was the best title of 2015 and deserves the label of Game of the Year more than anything else. Hell, I think it should have won a goddamn Nobel Prize. Again, this game was a total cultural phenomenon, and in a way, has kind of become the gold standard for indie games to be compared to, the game that overshadows all others. And while I've struggled with that, trying, dreaming of ever making something as good as Undertale, I think I've accepted it, and if there is any game that's going to be, that has to be that gold standard, I'm glad it's this one. Well, the world has changed a lot in those 10 years, those long, heavy years, but despite everything, it's still Undertale, and I couldn't be happier because of it.